Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 21 of the series My Name is Farah, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. Farah inhales the scent of her mother's scarf with tears, revealing a plan she has drawn to Tahir to find her mother. She says, "I'll tell Benim that Karim Shah needs a connection again. He will be forced to bring my mother back." Marjan asks her father to stop her marriage, but when she sees her father's hesitation, she goes to Mahmoud. She overhears him talking to Tahir and promising him material and spiritual gifts. Marjan happily whispers, "I'm going to marry Tahir." When Farah returns home, Marjan asks her to talk and informs her about the upcoming marriage to Tahir. Farah is shocked and says, he won't accept such a thing. Then, talking to herself, she adds, "I don't want Tahir. But it's not like that for him. He kidnapped me some time ago, remember?" Marjan responds, "He kidnapped me too." She leaves, and Farah grumbles with envy. In Vera's house, when Parihan reproaches Gunal for losing her shares and claims Kon is her husband, Gunal reveals that she has separated from Kon. Parihan and Vera are shocked and scold Gunal, but Baki supports Gunal and sends her away from there to avoid further distress. Benim asks Mehmet to come and see him, telling him that his brother is with him. He hands Mehmet a handkerchief stained with Tahir's blood, stating it belongs to his brother, and can be sent for testing. He urges Mehmet to bring Tahir to him. After Mehmet leaves, troubled, he sends blood samples for testing, torn between the idea of killing Tahir. Mahmoud has invited Tahir to Benim's house to discuss their collaboration. Tahir is waiting for the moment Marjan talks, as per Farah's description. However, Mahmoud doesn't reveal anything about this. Marjan, delighted, receives Tahir instead of the servants, and Farah looks at her with envy. Rakshan comments, "Finally, he's here." Suddenly, you see, his mind went blank. Farah says, "Tahir's eyes won't see anyone but me." When Benim arrives home and sees Tahir there, he becomes extremely angry. Mahmoud tells him they will wrap up their work after gaining Tahir's trust and finding his connections. However, Benim says that if Tahir is here, he's no longer a part of it. He asks his mother and Farah to get ready to go to Tabriz. Mahmoud protests, saying, "No one leaves." He announces that Marjan's marriage, arranged when she was 12, will resume, bringing peace to the two families. Marjan, upon hearing that she will be the second wife to a man 40 years older, bursts into tears. Benim is still determined to return to Iran, but Mahmoud says to Farah, "How do you want to take Farah to Iran? They'll hang her like her father." Addressing Farah, he adds, "Your mother looked at me the same way when I sent your father off with a wooden leg." Farah attacks him, saying, "My father was killed by you." Others intervene and restrain her. As Farah goes to her room, Rakshan stops Benim and says, "Do you know what your servant found in her room?" Baki and Tahir go to see Mehmet and inform him that Elias has been working against him during this time. Mehmet is shocked. Tahir says, "Go get your money back from him, then come and apologize for the false accusations you made against me." He promises Mehmet help in finding his brother. Mehmet, who has been staring at him with tear-filled eyes, suddenly points his gun at him and says, "Maybe I should do this." Tahir angrily warns him and moves away. Benim approaches Farah with the knife found in her room, handing it to her and asking her to plunge it into his side again as before. Farah hesitates for a moment but then throws the knife away. Benim says, "What you did will have consequences." He goes to his uncle and tells him, "I am not responsible for what happens after this." Akbar tells Mahmoud that he won't allow Marjan to be forced into marriage, but Mahmoud replies that he knows about his actions against the family, yet remains silent, asking him to do the same. Mehmet sends a message to Vera from the mobile phone he found in Orhan's house. Vera, thinking it's Orhan, goes to the football field, where Mehmet, armed, is waiting for her. Mehmet tells Vera that he knows she told Benim that she has a brother and asks her who her brother is. Vera says she doesn't know, but when she hears that Benim told Mehmet that her brother is with him, she starts thinking. Farah goes to Karim Shah's room to tell him everything about Benim, but suddenly she hears a noise, goes outside, and sees Mahmoud with a knife plunged into his chest on the ground. She recalls her father's death and, initially wanting to leave him to his fate, decides to help him when she realizes that the knife in Mahmoud's chest is hers. The servant screams upon seeing Farah, and everyone sees Farah with blood-soaked clothes. Farah escapes from the house, with guards chasing her, and Tahir arrives just in time. Farah gets into his car, and they drive away. Mahmoud's condition is critical, and Behnam orders his men to find Farah before the police do so that he can personally punish her. Karim Shah steps forward, loudly proclaiming that his mother was in his room and is not guilty. Behnam's attention is drawn, but Rakshan interjects, stating that Karim Shah is defending his mother. On the other side, Farah is concerned that Karim Shah might think she stabbed Mahmoud, and she believes she needs to talk to him. She says that anyone in the house could be responsible for Mahmoud's condition, but the knife was in Behnam's hands. The next morning, Behnam calls Mehmet and says, "Today, Tahir has to die. Otherwise, your brother dies." Shortly afterward, he learns that the test results have come in, and Mehmet has found his brother. Mehmet cries under the weight of this revelation. Tahir goes to the hospital to dispel any suspicion regarding Farah's involvement in Mahmoud's stabbing. He draws a line between him and Behnam, pretending to be unaware of Farah's situation. Tahir places his men there to protect Mahmoud and assures Behnam that he has handled the situation. Mehmet goes to Khan, where Tahir has hidden Farah, claiming he has come to kill Tahir. Farah pleads, "You can't harm Tahir." She attempts to escape, but Mehmet shoots in her direction. When Tahir returns and sees Farah unconscious on the ground, he rushes towards her with fear. Mehmet puts his gun to Tahir's head, saying, "She's just unconscious. He hasn't shot Farah." He takes Tahir's gun and adds, "My brother is with Behnam. If I kill you, he'll give him to me. I prayed all night for Behnam to lie to me, but he didn't." Farah regains consciousness and shields Tahir. Tahir, realizing Farah has hidden a knife behind him, grabs it, places it against Mehmet's neck, and says, "I have a family. I'll do anything for my family." In the hospital, Behnam, facing his uncle with a half-lifeless body, says, "Everything is because of you, Farah. My love, my hatred, my betrayal, everything, it's all because of you." Thanks for watching, stay tuned for the next episode.